Think of any business right now. Any business that comes up to your mind. Any business that you can think right now depends on a system that works. One of my friends told me that, Kamal, it's kind of confusing when you say businesses going into the system, solving problems, but at the same time, business can be a system. I said, yeah, you're totally right. And he kind of confused. So if I have a business, that means I created a system, and then I'm going into the system making money or generating money or earning money or making money, right? So I said, well, yes and no. Not all businesses, they have systems already in place that works, right? When we go into the business, that means we are saying that we'll be solving a problem, right? So why businesses exist is because businesses solve problems. And what those problems are? What are they? How can I find them? Listen, we have systems, and in the systems, we have many problems. And people go there to solve problems. Where they go? They go into the system solving a problem. So this business comes into this system solving a problem. And do you know how many problems in the system? Hundreds of thousands of problems in this system. So what is this system? What is the name of this system? So we'll be talking about specifically trucking industry, right? Because we are interested in becoming a independent dispatcher, right? Trucking industry. Trucking industry. So this system has four parties, or you can call them four players, right? So we have independent dispatcher, we have carrier or carriers, we have brokers, manufacturer, or shippers, right? If they produce something or they make something, they must ship it, okay? This system, independent truck dispatcher in it, carrier in the system, broker in the system, and manufacturer in the system, that creates something called supply chain. Supply chain. So these four parties create the system that calls supply chain. So if you don't know about supply chain, I have a 9-part, video series that you can go ahead and check. And by the way, if you like this video, I'll be creating more videos like this. Please subscribe and please like this video, and let me know if you have any questions in the comment section. Okay, so we have independent truck dispatchers, we have carriers, we have brokers, and we have manufacturers. People that make or produce, I would say, goods and products. Independent dispatcher want to make money, and he creates a business, and he comes into this system to make money. And he knows that in this system, money already circulating. Money is here. You don't have to think about earning money, making money, or creating money. Money in the system is already. But you want to come here and then make money. Many businesses want to come into the system to make money. And listen to this. About 95% of those businesses will fail just because they focused on making money rather than focusing on solving problems that these guys have. 95%, they will fail. And I'll explain in depth why these 95% of those businesses will fail. Independent truck dispatchers, they have their own problems. So I will say all of these as a single person to make things easier and simpler. This guy has a problem, and this guy has a problem, and the broker has a problem, manufacturer has a problem. Independent truck dispatcher, he has his own problems. And when he goes into the business, when he creates his own business and comes into the system to earn money, make money, right? Or generate money, whatever the term is. So this independent truck dispatcher focuses only around his problems. He's trying to solve his problems. He has like minor problems, like money problems, and he's trying to solve his problem only. And if you're one of those, you'll be in the 95% that fail in this system. Why? Because money is a result. Money is in the system. Whatever you will do, the system will give you money. You don't have to worry about money, but this independent truck dispatcher comes into the system focusing only about money, only about himself. But he's not utilizing that these guys have problems as well. If you solve this problem, you earn a little bit of money. But if you consider to solving his problems as well, you will earn a lot of money than just focusing on solving your problem or problems. Independent truck dispatcher has a problem. Carrier has own problem. Brokers have own problem. And manufacturer has a problem. Let me go ahead and talk about problems. Carrier has driver problem. Carrier has load finding problem. Carrier had problem working with brokers, building a relationship, finding loads. He's really busy at maintaining his business, growing his business, growing his customer base, finding them, keeping them, and growing them. He has a lot of problems. You just focus on one or two problems that you can solve, and you created a business. Broker has a problem. Broker has a problem working with carriers, finding good carriers, loyal carriers. Broker also want to grow his manufacturer customer base. So he is busy finding these customers, keeping them and growing them, right? So satisfy these customers. But he has a problem. Manufacturer has a problem. Manufacturer has a problem. Why? Because he's really busy producing, making, building, or creating products, creating the goods and services. He's really busy. He has a logistics problem. Why? He created products that he want to ship, but at the same time, he must focus on manufacturing products, but he's really busy, and because of this, he cannot focus on his logistics. This is why he's looking for a broker, loyal broker, good broker that has good customer base, which is carriers, right? Brokers connecting us. So by now you might know that brokers kind of in this trucking industry, most of the time you came across with terms like freight brokers, freight forwarders, right? These brokers are important, but at the same time, these brokers are really smart. Why is that? Because this guy knows that this guy has many problems. He wants to solve as much as problem as he can solve, and at the same time he focuses on his problem, and at the same time focuses on his problem to solve his problem as well. So this gets messy. Let me go more into the system and explain more in detail. By now you know that my training programs and videos and everything specifically focused on becoming an independent truck dispatcher. So this video is really, and I would say, significantly important to know and watch until the end. And as I said, if you didn't subscribe, please subscribe. Help me grow this channel, and I'll be creating more videos like this. And I'm also working on my more in-depth course. So, independent truck dispatcher. So now by now you know already that we have a system that money is in it, and now how independent truck dispatchers or independent dispatcher get paid. Remember our initial question was how these guys get paid. Now, these people are connected to each other, right? Somehow they connected to each other because a system needs connections, right? So if there's a connection, that means system is running. What do you exactly mean when you say independent truck dispatcher? So what I mean is independent truck dispatcher that you can work from home, right? Or you can work from office. It doesn't matter, but independent truck dispatchers meaning you are a business owner. You are not an employee. You're not working for a carrier or for a broker. So you are independent, you have your own services, you are selling or offering your services to these guys, right? To have a sustainable business that generates profit. Now, you call this guy, let's call this John Dispatch LLC. Let's call the company name in Dispatch LLC, John Dispatch LLC, or you can call John Dispatch Services or Service LLC. Calls Bob and asks for partnering, like working, contracting or be a subcontractor to this carrier, which is Bob's, I would say, Logistics LLC, let's say. And independent truck dispatcher, which is John, offers his services to this guy Bob, and Bob, he works with other partners, which is factoring company, and he also has brokers. He might have a little bit of I would say customer connections with, I would say, manufacturers, maybe 2 to 3 customers. So he calls Bob. Bob agrees to work with independent truck dispatcher, which is John Dispatch LLC. And now carrier, so here's the important point. So now this carrier, Bob, sends him a carrier package. We'll go in detail in my training. So he sends his carrier package to the independent dispatcher, sends his dispatching package. So dispatching package includes dispatcher carrier agreement, credit authorization form, and dispatcher service rate plan, or there should be some type of a document listing your services that this guy can agree, Bob can agree to your services. Okay, so he sends you his carrier package with MC number and DOT number and access to his load boards, right? All those good stuff. Now you found a load that this guy posted on a load board. So this guy works with him, right? So he got load from him and he posted on a load board. You as a dispatcher find a load, right? And you dispatch to this carrier's driver, to the carrier. But in your agreement, you said that you will charge this carrier how much? I'll tell you industry standards. About 7% from the gross, right? Your dispatching services to carrier. Now, knowing that we talked about in my free training that in about $30,000 gross, right? Let's make this number 10% to calculate easily. Well, okay, let's stay with the 7%. Okay, let me get this calculator here. So 30,000 gross revenue per month, right? This is per month. This is per month. Gross, he makes 30,000. One truck makes 30,000, and I'm specifically talking about the flatbed market or step deck market. Okay, it's a heavy duty hauling. So 30,000, one truck, and this guy has 4 trucks. Okay, so total he makes about 120,000 per month gross, right? It's not the net profit. So 7% of 120,000. Let me just calculate real quick. I have a phone here. 7% multiplied by 120,000. So it's about 8,400, right? So you make 8,400 out of this one carrier, right? Per month. Why? Because you make gross, you make out of gross this 7%, not from the profit. It's from the gross. So this guy agreed to pay you 7%, you offering your dispatching services at the rate of 7%, and he has 4 trucks. This guy might have 10 trucks, I don't know, but I'm just giving you the numbers because I have 4 trucks. So 4 trucks and 120,000 gross, and you make 7%. And now, let's say we are into 2 weeks. So you said I'll be, I need to get paid bi-weekly. Okay, bi-weekly. So you want to get paid bi-weekly. What happens? So 8,400 divided by 2. What is it? It's 4,200. And you will get 4,200 bi-weekly. Now, maybe you might be asking right now, hey, Kamal, I don't know because the loads are different. Sometimes this guy gets 35,000, maybe 40,000 in the summer when we get busy. 40,000, sometimes people make 45,000 gross. So how I calculate like bi-weekly? Okay, wherever you did the load for this guy, okay, you picked the load, let's say for 6,500, then you picked the load for 47, and then you picked the load, let's say for about another 6,800. You picked up load another for 7,500, right? And then another load maybe for 8,000. And right now you already in the second week, right? Now you adding, because you have the PODs, which is proof of deliveries, all the documents in your hand, and you know that tomorrow, Friday, it's a payday. Whatever comes after this, so this is the cutoff date, which is Friday, and then on Saturday you book the load for 9,000, but it goes to your second paycheck, right? I mean, another upcoming check. It's not included in this check because you agreed bi-weekly, and the cutoff date you said, okay, will be Friday. Whatever by Friday what you made, that means 7% out of that you'll be get paid out of that, right? So you adding this, and then whatever the number comes up, you're just getting 7% and sending invoice to the carrier saying that, hey, I'll be, because we already have agreement, credit authorization form, here's your invoice that there's like 8,400 due or 4,200 due on Friday. I'll be deducting money, so it will be direct deposit to my account. Okay, so that easy. Now we know how dispatchers get paid, but okay, what about the actual process, like paperwork process? So remember we assigned the load to the driver. So driver went to the pickup location and picked up, and we picked up, let's say in Atlanta, Georgia, and we went to, let's say, Los Angeles, right? Not Los Angeles, we will say, okay, we went to maybe Las Vegas. Okay, we went to Las Vegas. We picked up a load and then we delivered in Las Vegas. And when he delivered the load, driver sends you the POD. POD? The POD is proof of delivery. So he sends a document when he delivers at the delivery location, these guys accepted the load, and they will give your driver a bill of lading or proof of delivery stating that, okay, we received the load, right? There's no damages, everything is good, we received. So this driver, carrier's driver, not yours, carrier's driver, sends you the POD. Now, you know that this carrier works with the factoring company, right? So this factoring company works not with you, not directly with you, but he works with the carrier. But every carrier has their own, what we call account manager in the factoring company. So carrier, when you got agreed, so contracted, so this carrier will give you all the information that he works with this factoring company. So if you don't know about factoring company, go watch my previous videos. I explain, and I think I went more in detail in that video explaining. I think there's a designated video explaining specifically what is factoring and then how they're different from the banks. So now you receive the POD, right? So you have a rate confirmation and other terminologies here. Rate confirmation and POD. So you have rate confirmation, right? Remember I said you dispatched to this driver. How? You send this rate confirmation. The rate confirmation is basically a rate agreement. You said, okay, I'll check this load for 8,500, right? So this guy agreed, and then you agreed, that means 8,500. So you send this rate confirmation, you dispatch to the driver. Remember that going to, he will be picking up in Atlanta and then deliver in Las Vegas. So the rate confirmation has its own pickup location and delivery location. This is a document. This is really important document. So he sends rate confirmation and POD to you. Now you have rate confirmation and POD. You then upload those documents to carrier's factoring dashboard that he will give you the password and login information where you can log in and upload this information that this guy gets paid. When this guy gets paid, and then you will get paid. This is how the system works. And again, I'll be creating more videos like this. Please subscribe to this channel and then like this video. Please share. And then if you guys have any questions as far as how these independent truck dispatchers get paid, I'm creating more in-depth training that I'm about to finish, and I have a lot of good stuff in the training, so it'll be released in about, say, in 2 weeks. We've been working on this training for about 11 months now, so we go in-depth working with creating actually a business from scratch and going into the business, showing all the paperwork and the process involved in the system.